What's up, YouTube? You know who it is. You know, City Guys in the building and shit. You know how we do. You know how we do. Um, Today this tutorial is about piano type dancehall beat. You know how to make these piano melodies, how to create them. You know what I'm saying? So let's get down to business. I'm not really going to stay on the intro for too long. You know what I'm saying? Let's get down to the showbiz. You feel me? Now, this beat that I have right here, as you can see, I already have the melody down and a few sounds out already. This beat is called Money Heist. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't reached anywhere with it as yet, so I'll probably just finish it here, finish it with you guys, and also, do a little mix and mastering here and there. You know what I'm saying? A simple way, as usual, not to overcomplicate things. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. This melody right here, I created this melody using the A major scale. So, as usual, you pull up, you go to A, go to the major scale right here, and put it on A. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get your A major scale. Now, this chord progression, how I came about creating this chord progression, it was in triads like this. You know what I'm saying? It was a triad chord. Yeah, it was a triad chords, and I just mess around with it a little bit, and added other sounds to it that piques my interest. So this is what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? So you can also mess with the velocities a little bit. It also helps out a lot, like a lot. Now I'm just gonna mess around with it a little bit with Fab Filter right here. Then now I'm going to add RC20 to it. Give that vibe to that space vibe to the piano. Then I also have this sound from Serum. It's a keys, a mellow slide keys. I got this sound from Serum. Sounds real good, so I just added to the piano. You know what I'm saying? Gives it that ghost vibe. And also, when you're leveling your sounds or mixing them and stuff like that, if it sounds good, you don't really have to do too much to it. Mostly just level that sound. If it doesn't feel like you gotta cut something out, you don't have to. You just let it stay. You know what I'm saying? Also, when you have like the wave format coming up, you can just right click on the wave format like this, and it can kind of come up like this, and then you can just bring it down a little bit like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just doing this and stuff like that, you can just right click, like double click on the wave. Then I don't think I ain't gonna add nothing else. Might just add a phaser to it. You know what I'm saying? Give it that phase effect, I guess. Then I also got this vocal thing here, this vox thing I got. I have some voxes. I have like a few voxes in the vocal section that's added to it. And also for the snares, you can like mess around with it. Like you can always drop one or two snares down like an octave or a note. You know what I'm saying? Gives it that bounce. You know what I'm saying? It gives it that bounce also when you have the spaces in between and you have your kick going crazy with it. It gives it that bounce. Gives you the most that because you know modern dancehall beats right now it goes off of the bounce. You know what I'm saying? That bouncy vibe. You know what I'm saying? Also, like when it comes to your 808, as usual, let's do the usual. Just follow your bass notes off of your chord progression. You follow your bass notes. You feel me? And then you just go ahead with the flow. And then you can mess around with the variations of velocity or whatever. You can just pull up your slides and just add your slides. As you can see that I have here. You know what I'm saying? Also, with the slides, you can follow up with your chord progression that you have, and you can add your slides in your 808 by following the chord progressions you have shown in the background. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that helps out. As you can see, I have my slide on one of the notes in the chord progression, as you can see here. You know what I'm saying? And it helps out a bit. You feel me? It helps out a bit. Sometimes it gives you that vibe, that swing, and makes your 808 sound a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on to my hi-hats. Alright, my secret to making my hi-hat sounds good. I just dropped this down to 300 cents. That's the same as 3 notes down. Um, I'll drop the volume down a little bit. Then I go to P controller, not P controller, permission EQ. I'll just drop the number 7 band down a little bit. Push the number 6 band up. Give me that reverb. Drop this down to like 6. And then I get my stereo shaper. I go into the stock preset section and click on stereoize 3. And then the delay up a little bit. I'm saying hi-hat sound good. I've never done that before in other tutorials, so now that's something new, so y'all can see. Now I'm gonna go to my bell. Sounds good with the bell too. Then I have my snare roll. My snare sounds good, so I ain't going to pressure it. I'm going for 10. Alright, so that's what I've got so far, so I'm gonna figure out what sound next to add to all of this. Always make sure that your root note on all plugins is the same, or you have your sound so out of tune and not on the right level. Alright, this is a string that I got from Expand, so I'm gonna test it out, see what I got. Alright, that sounds good. No doubt, no doubt. I like that. Even though this section right here was a mistake right here, but it sounds good. Sometimes mistakes happen, and you know what I'm saying, it's a good mistake. Alright, let's listen to how it all sounds together. Now, Hold on. Sounds good, but kind of too light. I'll keep a little bit of the bass part in. Yeah, it sounds better. Alright, so now I'm gonna find an open hat. Just realized that I haven't added that yet. Although the beat sounds good without it. Maybe one of these days I'll try making a beat without an open hat. Alright, so my thing with my open hats is I like to down pitch my open hats to like 300 or 400 cents, but I'm gonna keep it at 300 this time. And let's go. And then I just control B, and then I just do that, quantize, and here we go. Like for when it comes to like leveling, most sounds like you wanna like sounds that stays in the background a little bit. You talk like open hats, sometimes hi hats, a little bit. Keep those sounds in the background. The same foxes and you know just cut them down a little bit, let them stay in the background, and it gives you that vibe. You don't want all your sounds to be upfront too much. You feel me? I'm hearing another sound. I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna see how it works. Hope it works, I guess. Hope. Ain't that what we all be doing this for? Hope. Here we go. Sounds good. I guess I got a good ear for sounds, I guess. Alright. See why sound selection is always good. Like good sound selection is always You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to explain it, but once you have them good sounds, making these kind of beats become very simple. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, not every one of my sounds has a parametric EQ on it or this or that. Like if it sounds good, it sounds good. You don't. If it doesn't, if it ain't necessary to cut certain things out, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do what everybody else does on YouTube. I used to do that type of stuff. Everything I would parametric EQ on, everything I'd be doing based on that. Like, after a while, I tend to realize, like, look, good sound selection. Once you have that good sound selection, you don't really have to. You know what I'm saying? Once you have them good sounds, you don't have to be cutting this side, cutting that out. It's like you're spoiling that good sound. So it doesn't make no sense to be cutting stuff out. You know what I'm saying? My sound sounds good, so I work with it. Now I'm gonna master my stuff and get on with the show. Get on with the show. You can always click on the preset section here and click one of these for the mastering, but normally what I do, I just drop this down a bit and adjust my steep to 8 and just, Also, if you want to know on which part certain sounds play, you can just listen to each sound. Like for example, I'm gonna play just this right here because I was looking at it in my sound, and this specific guitar pluck was playing on this section right here. So I could just play that alone, and let you see for yourself. Mostly on this side right here, they got a brighter side. You know what I'm saying? So like once you know on which side your sound plays the most, you can know what to cut out, when to cut, how to cut it, and if it's not necessary to cut, don't cut nothing out. Just work with it. You feel me? And you find most of the kick and 808 be up in this region here. So this is another thing with not parametric, with FabFilter Pro Q. Like, I just use one of the stock presets and just, you know what I'm saying, using the general purpose balancing. It's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like a dynamic thing, you know, mix. Yeah. So I just drop that on a master section and then, you know. Also, this is how I sidechain my kick with my 808 and stuff like that. Copy the 808, paste it there, link the controller. There we go. All right, that's the main vibe right there. That's that vibe right there. You feel me? Like adding, like when using the Fab filter, like adding that specific preset, specific stop preset, that mix general purpose balancing. Like I've added that to vocals when I'm mastering vocals. I've added that to it before, and it sounds real good. Like it sounds real good. So I just say I don't want. Let me add it to an instrumental when I'm mastering and listen to how it sounds, and it sounds real good. You know what I'm saying? It sounds real good. So it sounds real good. You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm probably just gonna do next. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have to add soft clipper to it. I may add it to it, but if I add it to it, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, give it a little bit clipping on the master a little bit, but I'm not gonna add too much. Sounds good. You feel me? Sounds real good. So that's basically just it for this beat right here. You know what I'm saying? Showing you how I finished up my beat, add a few sounds to it, mixed it down, and add something new to the mastering so y'all could see. You know what I'm saying? And basically, this tutorial was basically about creating a piano type dancehall instrumental. You know what I'm saying? So thanks again for tuning into my tutorial. Don't forget to, you know what I'm saying, subscribe and just hit that like button at the same time. You know how we do. City guys, and we out here. Peace.